Love strawberries but hate the cost? Me too. So I kept trying to grow them from seed and I kept failing. So I got these from Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere for like $4 a piece. After I planted them, I wasn't getting many strawberries, so I assumed the birds were stealing them. So I painted rocks to look like strawberries. The idea is that the bird pecks the rock, decides it's not food, and leaves them alone. The problem is, Texas full sun is hell on earth. So by the end of May, they all shriveled up and died. Except for one. The fourth plant, I put in a large planter on the side of my shed where it gets about an hour or two of morning sun and that's it. This plant thrived and gave me so many berries, and even though we've had snow and ice, nothing killed it. So I asked myself, why? So after doing a stupid amount of research, I found that strawberries are actually perennials in zones 3 through 7, and that strawberries don't like the sun as much as I thought that they did, and as every tag describes. I'm in zone 8A, so I need to just plant them where they have morning sun but afternoon shade. I found these bare root strawberries on Amazon, 25 for $15.99. There ended up being 30 in this package. And even though they're trying to come out of dormancy, it is a frozen wasteland outside. Lesson learned, don't order them until you're ready to plant them in the ground. I need to give these guys the best chance of survival. So I mixed some coco coir with a bunch of cactus and succulent mix, so it's really well draining but maintains moisture. I'm gonna give these strawberry crowns a bath, being careful not to get the actual head of it in the water. We just want the roots to soak up a little bit of water because they've had a heck of a journey. This will also help the root system be a little bit more malleable while planting. It's recommended to let them soak for 1 hour. I pre-filled some cups with some soil that I had mixed up earlier. Since it's 20 degrees outside, I'm attempting to pull this off in my kitchen. It didn't take me much time at all to realize that pre-filling these cups was actually a bad idea. The better idea is just to put a little bit of soil into the bottom of the cup and then add your strawberry plant and backfill around the crown. If you don't learn anything else from my videos, you'll learn this. I do a lot of things by trial and error, which is why I'm making these videos for y'all. I have probably made every mistake in the book when it comes to planting strawberries. All we can do is learn from our mistakes and try again. More soil in this situation, definitely easier to work with. So a little bit of soil in the bottom of the cup, and then we're gonna put our strawberry plant in there and space out those roots like this. I need to be very careful to not bury the neck of the crown and up because it will kill the plant. I know this because I've done it before. I've got all 30 planted up. Give them a good watering down and make sure that they do not dry out. I like to feed them with worm tea. I just use a big scoop of worm castings right into my watering can. You really can't overdo it with worm tea because turning this into a liquid makes all of the nutrients in those castings immediately available for the plants to take up. Give it a good shaking up, and if you're patient, let it sit for a little while and then give it another good shaking so it all really breaks down into that liquid, because if not, it gets stuck and clogs up your can. If that does happen, tap it out, continue about your day. This is after 1 week and the plants are happy and healthy and thriving. And after a couple weeks, they'll look like this. Strawberry plants will try and produce strawberries right away, like you can see right here. But I want my plants to be more mature so I get bigger berries. So I need to go through and actually remove all of the flowers and any small berry that they've already made. If we let our strawberry plants produce berries right off the bat, we're just stressing our little baby plant out. These plants have been through a lot and they're just in survival mode. So we're gonna make sure that they get big and healthy before we allow them to set fruit. Yes, it is so hard to do this to my plants, but it is going to be so worth it in the end. See, like this plant right here with the strawberry, the leaves are wilting and yellowing, and that's not because of a lack of water or a nutrients deficiency. This plant is putting all of its energy into making that one berry. It's in full-on survival mode. This is why it's so important for your plants to reach a good maturity of about 5 or 6 inches wide, so it's strong enough to give us multiple berries instead of just struggling with one. There are 2 types of strawberries, everbearing and June-bearing. I decided to go with everbearing because I'll get continuous fruit for several weeks once the plant is at maturity, as opposed to June-bearing that you just get one big crop, but right in the middle of June. As you can see on this plant here that I've been clipping off all of the flowers, it has tons and tons of new growth. This is what we want to encourage our plants to do. Stronger plants, more berries. That's all for now. I hope it taught you guys something. I sure learned a lot. Like and follow if you want to see me put these in the ground.